Welcome back, everyone. Excuse my frogginess, I'm getting over a cold. You may notice that we are not in our base. This is G.I. Elijah's base, and we are here to get revenge. Earlier today, he released a lot of snow golems outside my base. I cleaned it up without showing you because I was being silly, but also because OCD took over, needed to clean it up. Luckily he didn't manage to get them in our base, they were just around it, because he does not have a portal into our base. So, we are here to get a little bit of revenge. Okay. Going to have to go for a slightly larger letter size. You can see where we're going here. I am using the Open Blocks paint in order to paint his floor. Nice. Cool. But that's not all. This is easy enough for him to clean up. Too easy, in fact. What we are going to add as well is something that will be a little bit more difficult for him to find and detect. And clean, that is. Let me show you what's happening here. I am using my magic pencil to draw blocks that are completely solid, whether you can see them or not. That are going to make his life difficult. G.I., sorry about this, but I warned you. I said that snow golems would be an affront to my senses, and I would respond, well, cleverly. Maybe not so clever, but somewhat clever. So yes, if you're watching this and you want to know how to get rid of these blocks, you'll need some pencil glasses to see them. Yeah. And then I think you can probably just, yeah, They're easy enough to break. The main problem here is that they are annoying to see. Have you gotten them all? I can't tell you. I don't know. You'll just have to keep trying. See whether you can find them all and get rid of all of them. How many are there? I guess you'll just have to find out. Because I'm not recording all of the ones I'm placing. Listen, if you think I'm being a little excessive here, G.I. Elijah has pranked me or tried to prank me many times and has told me that he has been constantly trying to get through my force field since I put it up. So I don't feel all that bad with this little prank, and I'm getting it almost all on camera, so he should be able to fairly easily clean it up after he watches this video. All in good fun. Okay, I'm going to be back after I blow my nose and finish off placing a few more of these pencil blocks. Then we will get into, I don't know, or witchery or something. See you in a second. Alright, here I am back in the base. You'll remember last episode we helped to turn Crookshanks into our familiar. The reason we did this is because now that we have a familiar, we can make lots of witch friends who will join our coven. But to do that, we will need to find them out in the world and complete tasks for them. And doing that can actually be pretty difficult, depending upon the tasks. So what we need to do... Why is there a penguin here? Interesting. Is track down a few witches and see what they want of us. And I've got my portal gun out because some of the tasks they may ask us will involve bringing them certain items. And for that we'll want to be able to quickly travel back and forth between our base. So I am... Oh! Witches. Hi. So, here we go. Here's a witch we have found. She says, "Bring me the means to control the dead. Speak to me again if you accept." Well, to do this, we will make a portal. Bam. And of course, our ME system has decided to take this moment to take a break. When that happens, I just need to give it a good whack on the ME controller, and it comes right back up. I don't know why that happens. Okay, so let's look. Witchery mod, the means to speak to the dead. I don't actually know what she's talking about. Oh, I think I do actually. I think what she wants is a necromantic stone. So that is circle magic. Let's look it up. Creates a necromantic stone. Perform at night. We'll need an attuned stone, a bone, rotten flesh, wood ash, an iron sword, and spectral dust. This is not too bad. Let's see if we can collect those items. So, an attuned stone, bone, flesh, ash, iron sword, spectral dust. It looks like this is the only spectral dust we have. What is the recipe for that? It has uses, but no recipe. Interesting. Does that mean it's circle magic? Huh. I guess I don't know. But I'll figure it out. I think it drops from certain witchery enemies. Probably the undead would be my guess. So I don't think it should be that hard to get. The other thing we'll want to do is turn it to night, which I know we can do with circle magic. Oh, here we go. Stone axe and quicklime. There we go. Now, we will of course need our armor inhibitor. And we can toss all these out. And actually, I guess hope that we have the right runes for them. I guess we'll find out. Oh, sorry, one sec. Okay, looks like they both required the same circle, so clicking again should do this one. Awesome. We now have a necromantic stone. We could theoretically give it to that witch who wanted it? I know you assumed, and in fact I assumed, that that's what I was making it for, but it doesn't actually seem worth it to me. It's kind of an expensive item-ish, and we'll want it for our witchery in the future. So we'll actually save it for ourselves, and that witch can just, you know, deal with it. Okay. There are other witches in the world. Let's see what this one wants. Bring me the necessary brew to perform many curses. Nah, don't particularly want that. Both of those seemed hard. Some of the witches just have you, like, bring them some zombie flesh, or kill a skeleton for them. I much prefer that type, so I will keep looking, and be back when I find some more witches. Oh look, right over the hill. Let's see what she wants. Predict the future. Whatever. I also am not going to do hers, because that would require an orb that's been, like, infused with crazy witchery, so I'm afraid I will also have to decline her. Ah, here's another. Curses. Curses. Guess I'm going to have to keep looking for a while. Oh, look, someone's old base. Huh. This player has not been on the server in a very long time. It's like finding a monument to a long departed friend. Kind of cool. Okay, I'll keep looking and come back when I find a witch with, probably with a more reasonable demand. Haven't found one yet, but I came across this cool biome. Naturally spawning snow golems. That's pretty neat. And big trees made out of ice. It's called Icy Hills. Pretty neat. Okay. I'm off to keep exploring, apparently, once the world loads. Here we go. Defeat my pet and bring me its eye. Speak to me again if you accept. Oh, perfect. And the pet even spawned in a space too small for it. And if we right-click her with the eye, she joins the coven. And when we have need, we can call her. Ooh, crazy. Voodoo Poppet. That's the first time I've found one of those in these chests. These are apothecaries, found in villages. And they have witchery stuff. Okay. I think, all told, we can have like 5 or so witches join us. So I'm gonna go look for some more and be back when I find them. Here we go. The beating means to master the infernal dimension. Pretty sure she means demon heart. We can spare one of those, if we have any. Yeah, here we go. Cool. Regina Castleton. Only, what, a million more to go. Ugh, so many of them have unreasonable demands. How about you? Predict the future. Nope. Unreasonable. I do think this cherry blossom forest is the way to go, though. Defeat my pet. I can do that. Come here, you. Skeleton-headed zombie thing. There you go. Okay. Running around this place a little bit more. Hopefully we'll find a few more coven witches. Do-do-do. And I know there are a few other cherry blossom forests somewhat nearby. Okay. None are making themselves immediately apparent, so I'll be back when I find another. Another pet defeating. Can do. Oh, and here's another witch. What do you want? Nope. Okay, oh. And another 3 I can see on the minimap. Means to control the dead. No, thank you. Pet. That I can do. Uh-oh. Okay, I think we're approaching the limit now. What do you want? I can do that. Okay. Actually, if we come back and speak to her, I bet she'll tell us if we're at our max. Coven is full. Ahaha. Awesome. So, now we have a full coven. Theoretically, it means we can do some more powerful circle magic. I'm going to head back to base and see if there's anything we want to do with that more powerful casting. Actually, oh, crazy. Oh, hi, more coven witches. Easy way to get back to base. And let's close the portals. Cool. Okay, I am gonna look though at what we want to do next. Okay. We are going to make a few more tools now that we have a coven. We'll need to be able to summon the coven, and for that we'll need, oh, I don't even remember what it's called. It's maybe a seer stone. For that we will need happenstance oil, which we brew over here in the cauldron. I have collected the ingredients. Except for the bottles, we'll need to actually bottle the stuff. Awesome. Happenstance oil. The other thing we're going to make, because we're making some happenstance oil, and it's also used in that, is a crystal ball. So we'll make another happenstance oil. Voila. And now we can perform, well, we can almost perform the infusion. So we need, for both of these, to perform the ritual at night. Luckily, as we saw previously, we can change it into night with stone axe and some quicklime. Okay. This is a ritual I end up using fairly frequently because it's so cheap. Oops. And so many of the rites need to be performed at night. Okay, let's actually turn off our armor for this one. And make whatever this is. Crystal ball. Cool. And I will show you what the crystal ball does in just a moment. But first let's make our other orb. There we go, the seer stone. The seer stone, when we cast... Oh yeah, there we go. Hiya. There's one of our coven members. The seer stone allows us to get the help of our coven members when we cast a circle magic rite. We can use this when we right-click the golden chalk, and it should make the effect more powerful or allow us to perform more powerful circle magic. The crystal ball is kind of another thing altogether. I don't know if I love it there on the altar. I might move it. I might put a pedestal here next to the altar. But what the crystal ball allows us to do, I will encounter a walking tree. What that means is that sometime in the near future, a treant will spawn next to me, and I'll have to fight it. You can get all sorts of different fortunes when you right-click on the crystal ball, and they will always come true. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they summon the boss Baba Yaga, who I'd like to have a word with, let's say. She drops some interesting stuff. Okay. Oh, one moment. I do love being sick. It's lovely. It's just the best. Okay. Gosh, I know we didn't really make a ton of tangible process today in Blood Magic, but I'm excited to do something else today too. So I think we will take a moment to do that. I would like to go to the Promised Land. And to do that, we need to make the Ancient Staff. But I think we have all the stuff we will need to do that. So we've been collecting just passively from our mining laser. Mining laser? Laser drill? I think laser drill. from our laser drill, we've been collecting some of these Biomes of Plenty gems, and I think it's about time we used them. So we will have to actually collect some first, because they are one of the few things that I do not have auto-processing. There we go. Now we should be able to make all the parts of the ancient staff. Ancient staff topper, ancient staff handle, and the ancient staff pole. Cool. And that gets us the ancient staff. Okay. Now comes an interesting part. When we use this ancient staff, it will summon a floating island high above us. So the question is, where do we want that to be? When we stand here in the center of our base, this is the direction we are mostly facing. So I could see it being in one of two places, either over there or over there. And to be fair, there are the high mountains there. I think over there is the best place for it. So I think I am going to summon the portal here on top of this hill. Yep. And it's going to appear in the sky above us. There we go. Let's see what we think of that from inside the base before we even go up to it. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. I actually maybe should have done it a little further away, but that makes it less convenient, so who knows. So, the Promised Land. The Promised Land is added by the mod Biomes of Plenty. And so the portal in is this little floating island. And when we drop down here, we arrive in the Promised Land, which is... Oh, okay. Everything is down below us. It is a sky lands sort of biome that has this unique purified grass, and it also has some unique plants and other things. The reason I was thinking about this is because I find a lot of coven witches spawn here. So that might have been something I was considering when I couldn't find the coven witches that I needed, but that's okay. So as you can see, it's got a number of different things. It's got pink daffodils. Another thing that is found here, and actually exclusively here, is this celestial crystal, which is basically blue glowstone. Celestial crystal has, well, basically no uses. You can use the little crystal shards along with a lot of other Biomes of Plenty items to get ambrosia, but I don't believe we can get that in this pack because pixies have been disabled. Pixies would spawn here, but I think they don't. Instead, you get tons of these mana creepers, light and dark mages sometimes, but most mobs are disabled from spawning. You also will occasionally see there's one. Little blue birds that will fly around. It's just kind of a cool place, and I was thinking about it because of the witches. Decided it would be cool to have a little portal to the Promised Land by our base. So here we are. Oh, sorry about that. As I said, had a cold. One moment. There is little in life more satisfying than not having to blow your nose anymore when you just had to. Okay, the other thing that mostly comes from the Promised Land is amethyst ore. Amethyst is used in the production of certain high-end buckets and armor tools. We actually get amethyst. It's produced by our laser drill. So yeah, we have not been lacking that. But still, I just like this place. I like coming here. The loftwood trees are unique to this place, and I like the look of them. I think they look pretty nice. So I may plant one around our base somewhere. To do that, I'll have to grab some purified grass. The loftwood will only grow on purified grass. It won't grow on normal dirt. There are a couple of like sub-biomes here. Some have these magic trees. But in general, they're all, sky islands, little waterfalls, a peaceful place. Pretty neat. It never rains. It's always day. Well, it's always this sort of twilight dusk. Well, no, I guess it's noon. Huh. But it's got a golden hue. Anyway, it's a nice place to visit. It is pretty laggy, as all floating island worlds are. I think because the void actually, for some reason, when you see a lot of it, it lags you. I heard that. That's just a rumor, though. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, here is what happens when you fall into the void in the Promised Land, though. Rather than taking damage, you are teleported high into the sky of the overworld. So, yeah, the overworld and the Promised Land are kind of linked like that. I guess maybe there's not a one-to-one correspondence. Maybe it's like the Nether, where if you travel a little bit, you end up a long way away. Unless I just inadvertently traveled a lot farther than I thought I did. But we're really far away from our base. Holy cow. Yeah, it must be not a one-to-one correspondence. So that might be another purpose of the Promised Land. We could use it to really quickly travel long distances in the overworld if for some reason we couldn't just portal there by book. Okay, home again, home again. And you can see we have a depleted ancient staff. If we wanted to form another portal, we'd just have to charge it with another nether star. But I don't think I need to do that right now. And I think actually, oh wow, we're actually kind of way over the wrapping up point. That took a while. Sorry about that. Oh, and I still didn't get attacked by a treant. Let's see if that's still my fortune. Nope. Now I'll be saved by a stranger. So the treant did spawn. We probably just didn't see it. That's too bad. Well, okay. That was neat. Thanks for watching. Next episode, who knows? Maybe we'll make actual, tangible process in witchery. Get something nifty that I can show off. Or maybe not. Seems not is the case more often these days. I find witchery, to be a really fascinating mod, so I enjoy even just doing the crafting when it's a random component that doesn't have a huge effect. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.